Hi, I'm Fred Degerberg. I've been doing martial arts most of my life. I'm 63. I was about 3 years old when my father, who was an amateur wrestler, used to come home and put me in a headlock every day. Leg scissors, arm bar. My dad was a wrestling nut. My grandfather on my mother's side, Rocco, who lived on the first floor, had been a pro boxer, 1915, 1920 era. And Rocco used to run me through his boxing routine every day, and every Friday we'd watch the Friday night fights. So I grew up in a fighting family with both my father and grandfather, and my mother, believe it or not, was a tomboy. She was my first sparring partner. My mother, Minnie, and 50s I saw a thing on judo jiu-jitsu and went, wow, these guys could fight multiple people. So I immediately knew that's what I wanted to do. Didn't have much money, but some of the YMCA's and some of the almost all the Ys actually, and the park not the park districts, but the Jewish community centers and all the Buddhist temples all are offered judo for next to nothing. So I started doing judo jiu-jitsu and then Japanese style, and then finally a karate school opened around 60, 61, and Okinawan karate, and I was there. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And then a couple years later, Aikido actually opened up in our school in Chicago, and then one day a week, and then I heard about Taekwondo and Aikido, and some friends of mine were going there, and I started swapping what I did for what they did, and guys I went to high school with. And meantime, I had picked up doing weights in the mid 50s, and became a junior state weightlifting champion in the mid 60s, and had taken fourth internationally in judo, which I loved the judo competition. At that time, the karate competition was all before Joe Lewis's era, where they started to really hit, and by that time I was pretty crippled up from my judo jiu-jitsu stuff. But I read an article by Bruce Lee in '67 and the Jeet Kune Do, and where he was mixing different martial arts, and my instructor Robert Beal was doing the same thing in Chicago, and I knew that from even my childhood, that between my grandfather and my father, every instructor I was with said whatever they were doing was the best, and I didn't think they were lying, but they were just misinformed. So I ended up continuing with checking out different martial arts, yet staying in consistent with some of the old arts that I had started. And then, of course, Bruce passed away, and in the mid '70s in Aspen, Colorado, I met Dan Inosanto, and that has kind of taken the rest of my life to this date, because Dan introduced me, such a great man and great martial artist, introduced me to so many people and different styles of martial arts and concepts of martial arts. And any of you know Dan, of course, the Kali and Jeet Kune Do and Pen Shock and Thai boxing, and just to start. And he's a grandmaster, I don't know how many dozen times over. And I decided in '80 that I wanted to open a school, so not ever doing anything small, I decided I would try to open the best martial arts school in the world. And I got a big place, and I knew I wanted to have a variety of different arts and different people, and bring in all the masters, grandmasters. And we got an old movie theater in Chicago in '80. This year now, of course, it's our 29th anniversary this year. 2006, we won an award from that Black Belt magazine hosted, saying we were voted the best overall martial arts school on their World Wide Web, when they had a World Wide Web vote, and which kind of that's actually what I was trying to do, was have the best school. I wasn't really interested in a chain. I just wanted to have one great school that people could come and learn freely and openly, and we've had some success and some failures, and the failures you learn from. And we got up over 1,000 students at a time, produce a lot of great people, and that's been very enjoyable. I love martial arts, and if you do martial arts, chances are I'm gonna think the world of you too.